Morning guys, it is 7:33 on a Friday and I'm off from work today because it's a holiday and my husband is working though, so I decided today would be the perfect day to try my first 24-hour readathon. So it's almost the end of March and I still have 3 physical books that I need to finish, and I'm halfway through my last audiobook, and I decided I need to try and get these done because although I do have a long weekend ahead of me, it is my 10-year anniversary and my 2nd-year wedding anniversary, so I do not know how busy I'm going to be this weekend and whether I'm going to be able to finish my TBR. So if I could knock out at least 2 or 3 of these books, the better. I have no idea how this is gonna go. I'm just gonna wing my first 24-hour readathon, but let me just show you what books I'm hoping to read and hopefully finish in the next 24 hours. So obviously, Starsight. I am 235 pages through this book, about halfway, and I really just need to get this done. So this is gonna be a priority. I also have 9th Reign by Jen Williams. I barely started this. I'm only on page 17, so hopefully I can do some damage on this one, although wow, it's over 500 pages, so this might be a tough one to get done, especially since it's adult fantasy and a new series that I'm getting into. And then the 3rd physical book I need to read is Peter and the Secret of Rundoon. So this is the 3rd book in the Peter and the Starcatcher series. It's a middle grade / young adult fantasy, and I mean, there's not that much words on each page, so hopefully I can breeze through this one even though it is quite a lot of pages. And then I also have a manga. I'm on Naruto volume 3, so if I get tired of physical reading or reading a novel, I guess I can switch to this so that I don't fall into any sort of slump. And then for my audiobook, I'm currently halfway through Appetite for Innocence by Lucinda. So I guess in between the books, maybe while I'm cleaning up or, you know, taking a break, giving my eyes a break, I will read that one. And I think that is about it. I don't have too much to do today. That's why I've chosen to get this done today. Just maybe some light cleaning, and yeah, that's about it. So wish me luck in this 24-hour readathon. Hopefully I can get these done in this readathon. I am still reading Starsight. I'm at page 276. 3 hours and I only read like 70 something pages. I don't know how this is going. I guess I'm taking it pretty slow. I'm actually somewhat annotating again, and I feel like that's helping me like somewhat stay engaged with this book, because what I don't want to happen is I'm just reading it just to read it and it's not actually sinking in. I don't know, not much has happened. Honestly, I feel like the last like 150 pages has been the same thing, and I feel like that's what's making this drag along for me. The only thing I'm finding interesting is the mystery reveals. I'm not really enjoying much of the character work or the action scenes. It's more like when things actually get revealed in this that I'm engaged with it. I actually took a break, a little bit of a break on this to get started on Peter and the Secret of Rundoon, which is over there on the table, and I'm not gonna go get it, but I only made it about, like, I only read the first chapter, and I honestly don't remember anything that happened in the book before this one. Like, this is book 3. And I don't remember what happened in the first or second book. I'm gonna try and remember it, and hopefully as I read it, I'll start to remember, because there is no way that I'm rereading the first and second book. Hey guys, this was supposed to be a 24-hour readathon, but it looks like it's gonna turn into a weekend reading vlog because I didn't finish any books on Friday. Honestly, I don't think 24-hour readathons are for me, or maybe it was just the wrong book, because I can finish a book in a sitting if it's a really good one, but Starsight was just not doing it for me. I actually finally finished it last night, and I just forgot to do an update all day yesterday. But I do have a long weekend ahead. Sunday, it's currently Sunday, but I took off tomorrow and Tuesday because it's me and my husband's 10-year anniversary. We're gonna be doing a lot of fun stuff. We're actually going to brunch right now. That's kind of why I'm dressed and in the car, but I wanted to do a quick update so that I can turn this freaking vlog into a weekend reading vlog. But anyway, updates on Starsight. Honestly, that book was so hard for me to get through, surprisingly. Like, usually with Brandon Sanderson's books, I usually fly through them pretty easily, but this one was just difficult. Like, I was not engaging with the story. I wasn't, you know, I didn't feel any interest in like continuing with it, so I think that was like the problem. I did purchase Cytonic, and I do want to see where the story goes, so I actually took 2 books with me. So we're actually gonna have a staycation at a local hotel. Hopefully I'll get some good footage of our stay, but typical for me, I brought 2 books, so I have some choices of what to read for the next couple days. So I have Cytonic. This isn't part of my TBR this month, but I figured I do best when I read a series back to back to back so that I don't forget anything and I don't get like unmotivated to finish the series. So I'm gonna start on that, and I'm still only a few pages into Peter and the Secret of Rundoon, so I'm taking this with me as well, so hopefully I can make some progress. I ended up giving Starsight 3 stars. I mean, I did enjoy the ending, but man, it was such a slog to get through it, so I had to definitely knock it some points. I think this is like maybe the only, or maybe one of the few Brandon Sanderson books that I actually gave less than a 4 stars. Like, usually his books are 4 or 5 stars for me, but I don't know. Hopefully Cytonic is better. And I think I'm a little over halfway through with Appetite for Innocence by Lucinda. Dang, I don't think I've talked about that audiobook much, but oof, it's definitely a tough one. It's not as tough as some other books I've read by her, but I definitely do feel for these girls who were kidnapped. Okay, looks like we're heading out, so I'll update this vlog later. just finished brunch, and this guy rated it a 7 out of 10 for the best buffet in Saipan. Only gets a 7 out of 10.
8.
Okay, it's been adjusted. It's now an 8. But we are just enjoying the breeze. Then we have the ocean over here. Hey guys, I'm overdue for an update. So yesterday I finished Appetite for Innocence on audio. I gave it 3 stars. I gotta say it's not the worst book that I've read by Lucinda, but it's nowhere near the best. I felt like based on, I guess, the synopsis about what the book was about, I felt like it was different than expected. What I noticed about Lucinda Berry's books is that I feel like a lot of times she focuses on the perpetrator or the person with the mental illness, and I felt like with this one we didn't really focus on the abductor, the kidnapper. We focused more on the girls that were kidnapped. So there's 2 perspectives. There was the girl who was just kidnapped and became the abductor's new favorite, and the girl who he first kidnapped, who developed Stockholm syndrome and had a lot of issues adjusting to life after escaping. Kind of saw the ending coming. I guess that was part of the issue. Like, I'm used to her endings kind of shocking me, or not really shocking me, but at least taking me by surprise and not really going in the direction I actually expected. But this one, it went exactly where I thought it would. I didn't enjoy one of the points of views. I found the character very aggravating, but I do feel like that was the point, so I can't really mark the book for that. I felt like most of the book really focused on the girls that were kidnapped and what their life was like after being kidnapped and in captivity by this, you know, rapist, child abductor. I don't know, I felt like it didn't delve into their psyche as much as I was hoping it would. It felt very monotonous. It jumped around a lot between past and present, like during their captivity and after they escaped, and it kind of like moved inward towards the point where they escaped. And I felt like there should have been some kind of big reveal, but I didn't really get that. There wasn't that much of a payoff in my opinion. So although I felt like the book was good, it wasn't great. Like, I don't think this will be one of the books that I, you know, specifically buy to put on my shelves and reread later or recommend to others. So there's that. I'm currently reading, oh, this isn't on my TBR for March, but I just had to continue with the Skyward series. So I'm currently on page 218 of Cytonic, and I'm enjoying this a lot more than I enjoyed the second book. I feel like the new setting, the setting for this one as compared to the second one, is a lot better. I'm enjoying the characters, and the plot line is moving along at a really good pace, and I'm enjoying the world building in this one a lot better. Like, there's a lot more world building, and it's a lot more interesting, and I feel like it is still lacking compared to the first book as far as the main character's development. We're not getting as much of that. It's a lot more on the world building for this one, but I think it's still a really great addition so far. I mean, I am only about like halfway, so I still got a good ways to go, but I am enjoying it. I'm reading through it pretty fast compared to the last book. And yeah, I guess I'll let you guys know where I go after this. It's currently March 28th, and I've got a few more days to hopefully read 10 books. I don't know if I'll get to that. I have 8 so far, but I'd like to, you know, finish this and probably add one more, but I don't know, we'll see. If I continue at the pace I'm going now, I could probably accomplish it, but wish me luck. I just left the post office and I wanted to do a quick clip because I got a package, and isn't this packaging like pretty cute? Anyway, I'm not too sure which book this is. Oh, I wonder if this is a Finley Donovan book. Is it? It is. Okay, so this is Finley Donovan is Killing It, and I was really excited for this one. Darn, I already selected my TBR for April, so it's a little late to put this one in, but it's so cute. Excited to get to this one. Hey guys, so I wanted to close out this reading vlog with a mini wrap up for the month of March. So I think I'm actually enjoying doing vlogs rather than more formal monthly wrap-ups, because I give a more in-depth summary and review of each book that I got to. So I figured I'd just do a really quick wrap-up of everything I read. So this month, in the month of March, I finished a total of 9 books. So just a rehash of the ratings that I gave for these books. So I gave, ooh, it's pretty good. I've got 1 5-star, 4 4-stars, 3 3-stars, and 1 2-star. So the 1 2-star, I'll just start with my 2-star read. The only 2-star I gave this month was The Selection by Kira Cass. No, I didn't really enjoy this book too much. Basically, I just wanted to give it a shot because some people enjoyed it, and it turned out it wasn't for me, so I won't be continuing on with the series. So I gave 3 3-stars. So one of them was New Exit by Taylor Adams. I actually have a separate reading vlog where I did a comparison between the book and the adaptation on, I believe, was it HBO or Hulu? I'm not too sure, but I'll link that vlog, put it somewhere up here if you've missed that. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was definitely very fast-paced, but I guess, you know, it's just middle of the road. It's nothing to write home about. The next book I gave 3 stars was Appetite for Innocence by Lucinda Berry, which was kind of a big disappointment. For the most part, Lucinda Berry has written a lot of books that I've really enjoyed, but there have been certain books that are that I haven't really felt, I guess, when I'm comparing them to the 2 books that I really loved. So if you're going to be reading any of Lucinda Berry's books, you can probably skip Appetite for Innocence and go on to her other ones. The last book that I gave 3 stars was Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. Now this was a definite big disappointment. Usually Brandon Sanderson books get 4 stars and above for me, but unfortunately Starsight didn't really work. I found it a bit boring. The pacing was kind of off for me. I didn't enjoy the setting and the plot for this one, but I definitely still really loved Skyward, and Cytonic kind of made up for it. So I definitely still recommend the series. It's just that, just be aware, for me personally, book 2 was a bit lower than the others. The next book that I read is a 4-star read, and that's Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. In summary, I like this a lot. I think it was a good follow-up to the first book, and I definitely recommend it. I'm going to be continuing on with the series hopefully soon. After that, I read You're That Bitch by Bretman Rock. I gave this one 4 stars. I have a hard time rating memoirs because it feels pretty wrong to be rating something like that. Thankfully, I still really enjoyed this one. I felt like Bretman Rock's voice in the book was really, like, it really came through. Like, he wrote this in his own voice without trying to sound any certain way. He just wrote it how he felt it, and I could really feel that through the book, and I really enjoyed his life story. Definitely recommend this memoir if Bretman Rock's life is something you'd be interested in hearing about. And the next book I gave 4 stars was The Rhythmist by Brandon Sanderson. I've been putting this book off for a while, and I have no idea why I did that. I ended up really enjoying this one, and I'm hoping he continues on with this series. Real quick, I also, like I mentioned earlier, I read Cytonic. Also, I just continued on right after Starsight, despite not really enjoying that one. And thankfully, I did enjoy Cytonic. I love the setting. I love the characters a lot more in this one. I found it funny. I found it interesting. I was excited to keep turning the page, so 4 stars for that. And then lastly, my 1 5-star for the month of March was After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this is one of her backlog books. And I feel like a lot of people probably didn't enjoy it as much as I did, but I really related to this one. I found it interesting, relatable. I really felt for the characters and what they're going through. So I guess that's why I gave it 5 stars. And with that said, that is it for this month's reading vlog. It was broken up into 2 parts. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what you guys would like to see in my reading vlogs, how I can make it better. I really would love to hear it. And let me know if you've read any of the books that I read this month and what you thought about them. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video and my next vlog. Thanks guys. Bye.